Hey, this is El Bigote Gigante with the first of several installments involving and documenting my new hobby, going into RC car racing. I have been involved with another hobby called Warhammer 40K since 2003, and now I think I'd like to get outside and see the sunlight. Um, One of the first things I saw was a local store had they were pushing a company called Redcat. Now I don't know a lot about, or I'm learning more now, but I didn't know a lot about RC car racing. But I remember my other local store, Hungates, may it rest in peace, always had Traxxas. So that was a brand that I remember back in my head. I had no idea who Redcat was, but went in, checked it out. They had some other small radio-controlled helicopters. SEMA picked one up for my 5-year-old. It's awesome. He loves it. We race it all the time, and it only lasts 6 minutes. Not a fair trade-off for an hour's worth of charging, but still fun for 6 minutes. That's nice. Redcat, going back to it, has all kinds of trucks and cars, what have you. The thing that brought my interest to it was mostly the price tag and the size. Was this? It's the Redcat Sumo, 4-wheel drive. This is the truggy version. They have it also in a buggy. They also have it in a monster truck with flames. As you can see, I've added on a few stickers at my son's request. Grrr, racy. 4-wheel drive, runs on 4 AA batteries. Uh, Fully upgradable, fully repairable. Unlike Tyco, something breaks on this, they do have upgrades, they do have parts, and I can see where I'm going to be going in a short time. Cost, always a factor. This is a really deep rabbit hole that I'm concerned about going into, so I want documentation that I did it, and where I'll go, and how far I'll go, and when I might stop. This retails $54. Picked it up off of eBay for a steal for $49 plus with shipping. Definitely got a deal on it. My local store wanted to try and push this at me at $69. Sorry guys, I'm a cheap shopper. Then, because it runs on AA's, it's always recommended that you go and you buy some nickel cadmium batteries, lipo batteries. Pick this up over at Big Lots. These are rechargeable, 2,500 mega amps, which is a pretty good size charge for a battery this size. Came with charger and 4 batteries, $8. I'm gonna go buy another 8-pack of just the batteries for another $8. I'll figure I'd charge them, throw them in a bin, have a bin that says charged, and ones that needs to be charged, and just keep rotating from there. Put it in the car. I've already ran it. The batteries, after a full charge, will run it for a good 20 minutes before it just gives up. Initially, out the box, it's just freaky fast. That thing just runs like a scalded dog. After a while, it slows down a little bit and actually becomes a little bit easier to control. Later on, I will show you the track, in air quotes, that I've made in the backyard. It's the simplest of designs and the most economical of ways to build it. Essentially, I have a ton of pine needles in my backyard, and I simply rake them into a pattern using the needles themselves as the barriers and corners. It's just designed, hey, kind of keep it within these parameters. Stay, this is the track, it goes this way. It goes in that shape. Try not to jump over. But if it does, it'll either A, jump over the pine needles completely like a jump, or B, kind of get hung up in it and buried, and you got to go pick it up and shake it loose and let it go. The downside is that this does not, they do not manufacture, no one has manufactured yet, any kind of a tray that would go over your electronics. So, as with any RC car, as I'm imagining and discovering, after you're done, you need to take it apart, take the shell off, which is easy. There's 4 simple clips that pop right off. Don't lose them. They're cheap to buy, but you got to get them offline now. My local hobby shop closed, unfortunately, so the parts are no longer available to me to just walk up and purchase them. So eBay, here I come. Take it apart. You're going to have to take a pair of tweezers. It's small. It's a 1/24th scale, to kind of give you an idea. 1/24th scale. Um, you got to take it apart. Make sure you get all the leaves and the dirt and the grime out of the underneath the engine, the main shaft. Just give it a good once over. If you have any canned air, if you have an air pump, something that you can really blast some air in there to help blow it out, that'll help. But overall, I've run it probably about an hour and a half now. Ran it hard. I want to see what it can do. Ran hard on my track. First thing I would say that it needs to get done, that I'm probably going to do, is I'm going to buy new front and rear differentials for it. These are obviously plastic, and you can hear it starting to slip and grind, trying to get through the clumps of grass, which to scale is, pretty big. If you were to put it on the ground and hold, flat ground, then a big chunk of crabgrass that's trying to grow up, it's significant, and it's going to jump around. But the suspension definitely will take the beating on it. I've not had any problem with actually running around. Every once in a while it flips over, but it's so low to the ground and so square in its shape that it really didn't have any issues at all. But take it apart, make sure you clean out, maintain it. I'll put in new differentials in it. I'll upgrade to the metal diffs in it, so hopefully the plastic won't grind. Maybe it'll make a difference, maybe it won't. It makes a very interesting noise when it runs around, but it does do its job. I plan on getting a couple more of these so I can race them around in the backyard, invite neighbors over, get my kids involved. I figured with a $50 price tag, I could try and get my kids involved with it who are 7 and 5, and if they're into it, great. If not, no big whoop. I didn't really spend that much money on it. If I put them back on eBay, I could probably sell 3 for one price and get it. Or, they make great Christmas gifts. You just don't know. But unfortunately, this has kind of set off a domino effect. I'm already curious about other cars and have picked up magazines and gone online and done my research. And I know that my next car will more than likely be a /110 scale, a Traxxas /110 scale short course truck. 2-wheel drive to begin with, although the 4-wheel drive is looking really hot. Once again, if it comes down to the dollars, if you were to pick up a /2-wheel drive, which comes with a brushless motor, and then upgrade to a brushless, you've pretty much invested almost the same money as if you would have gone out and bought a Traxxas 4-wheel drive /110 model, which comes with the brushless. And did I mention this 4-wheel drive? They say that the driving style is a lot easier for the uninitiated. The rear-wheel drive only is a lot of going around the curves. The rear hangs out. You're doing a lot of drifting. Whereas what I've discovered, at least with the Sumo, is point and shoot. You put it in a direction, and all 4 wheels are going to drag it that way. It really doesn't spin out. It turns pretty much on a dime. If you're on concrete, it's an instantaneous change of direction. If you're on the grass, there's a little bit of a slide, a little bit of drift, but that's cool. You want that. So, like I said, first of hopefully many videos podcasting out there. Hope you guys like it. Don't worry, I'm working on the mustache. It's in a rebuilding phase. It may get smaller, but I'll bring it back. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe if you like it. Keep your comments clean. Keep your pedal down, pedal to the metal. Peace and I'm out.